How you doing, my friend? wish you all the best of luck this morning. It'll be the same weekend next year. Hope that we see you again. Once the games are here, you may begin bowling. Good luck.
And good morning, everyone. Welcome into the 2026 Greater Ozarks Double Shootout Cashers Round. 5 games for you here this morning. Pinfall is going to carry over from yesterday's qualifying squads. We had 94 teams yesterday. The top 23 are back this morning, vying for their way to get into the top 16 bracket. Qualifying teams 1 through 4 will receive 2 byes. Qualifying seeds 5 through 8 will receive 1 bye. And qualifying seeds 9 through 16 will bowl at noon in best 2 out of 3 Baker matches here at Enterprise Park Lanes here in Springfield, Missouri. My home away from home. I got to tell you, these folks down here in Springfield, they do it right. Love coming down here to Enterprise Park Lanes. They've had my logo up on their screens that scroll through the bowling center for about a half a decade now, and I never asked them to do it. They've been so accommodating, providing an unbelievable internet connection, always asking me what I need. And I just want to give an unbelievable, heartfelt thank you to Steve Weimer and his entire staff, led by Chris Taylor, but everybody here, the entire tournament staff, the ladies back in the office, the folks that run the brackets, the pin setter crew, just everybody here. Thank you from me to you. And you know, Enterprise Park Lanes is a premier bowling destination here in Springfield. They bring together families, friends, league bowlers, and tournament competitors under one roof. Of course, they host this event. They have a youth shootout as well, and many other tournaments they host throughout the year. But the most important one is the Greater Ozarks Bowling Tournament. Go to GreaterOzarksBowling.com. Check out their event. It starts in February, ends in July every year, double, singles, and team. I highly suggest you get out and bowl the Greater Ozarks. Also would like to thank our sponsors that make this event possible: Smith Auto Transport, Heart of America Beverage Company, M5 Pools, Brunswick Bowling, Bowlifi. Thank you all for your continued support of this great event. We've got some of the best young bowlers in the country in this event, too. We got some crafty vets, too, but this is an overall very young field. We're looking at lanes 27 and 8, 29 and 30. We got Trey Hendrickmeyer and Landon Jordan, Bryant Ezel and Chandler Tisdale. And then we've got Rick Justice bowling with Anthony Simonson and Kai Evans with Josh Hammonds. I will invert the stream really quick to show you our picture-in-picture as we do here on Inside Bowling. You got Bud Kroll and Kendall Martin, Spencer Robars and Mark Henninger, Jason Britton and Matthew Harper. And then because we took 23, there will be 1 vacant spot. I'll go back over here, though. You get a chance to look at those bowlers bowl on the bottom right of your screen. Take a look at our oil pattern here. This one here looks super easy on paper, and it took a score of plus 308 for a doubles team for 7 games to make it into the cut, which, you know, is decently high scoring. We thought that cut number, or the cut number after 2 squads was 357. It backed down to 308. Last night they were not super easy. The third time being laid down. 7.78 to 1 ratio. Symmetrical oil pattern, 28.5 mils, 41 feet in length. Bowling center here has Brunswick Pro Lane installed 16 years ago, and they're using Kegel Glide oil. Glide oil here for this one. let's take a look at our standings. I'm not sure it's cut in all that great. Oh, yeah, it sure is. I know it's a little difficult to read, but I'll give you the rundown here. Bloomquist and Magnuson, your leaders, at 33-31. Grammer and Gromlovitz last night got themselves within 1 pin at 33-30. Then you got Malish and White at 33-15. Then Brett Lloyd and Kendrick Siders at 33-05. That's your top 4. Then 5th through 8th, Alexis and Brandon Runk. How about those guys last night? 32-89. Almost got to 500 over. Finished 489 over. 480 over was Zach Wilkins and Farrell Williams. They're your defending champs. Dimitri Cruz and Michael Holloman 7th. They won 2 years ago. So you got a couple teams that could win again at 478 over there for Cruz and Holloman. 8th is Baumgartner and Burns. 463 over. Then you got Leshikar and McPherson, Boxty and Alexander. That's your top 10. Then Eric Jones, Brandon Biondo. That's 11th. Bonku and Hale, 12th. Hendricksmeyer, Jordan, 13th. That's the group you see here. Ezel and Tisdale, 14th. Justice and Simonson, 15th. Kai Evans and Hammonds is 16th. So that would be your cut number right now at 3182. Then you got Rice and Oliver, Blaney and Ostrowski, Imhoff and Petrin, Sachs and Brad Miller. That's your top 20. 3 more teams made the cut. Biondo, or excuse me, you got to skip over Biondo and Kroll and Martin there, and Robar's Henninger. No, Robar's Henninger does count, and then Britton and Harper at 108 or at 3108, which was 308 over. It took 308 over to make the cut. So there you go. That's your rundown. And then the last thing I need to tell you about here at Inside Bowling, we run a sale every week. It's deal of the week. But because it's back to league season, everybody's going back to league, and tournament season is getting ready to fire up. We do this a couple times a year, and this is one of those special weeks where we're doing all of our T-shirts, $19 T-shirts. So this is a great opportunity to stock up. Over 1,000 styles available. Check it out. And as always, you can save 15% off all the other apparel and hats and stuff like that over at Inside Bowling with coupon code YouTube. YouTube's the coupon code that you use there. Thank you to everybody that's been picking up some items this weekend. That's your way to kind of support what we do. We don't charge to stream here on YouTube. And, you know, we like to go out and do as many events as possible. So thank you so much to everybody that's been supporting us through the online store this weekend. If you can't do that, I know people out there got a lot going on. If you can't do that, you know, you're more than welcome to just like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel and share and let people know that you're out watching bowling today. Appreciate everybody. It means a great deal to us. We do have Lane Talk live scoring available here today as well. And let me get you a link pinned in the chat room for that one. Live scoring. Right there. There you go, everybody. That is now posted in the chat if you want to follow along how everybody's doing. Pin message. Thanks, Darren. Appreciate the positivity there. Perry, everybody that's watching here today, thank you so much for being here. 319 people to get started here on this Sunday morning. Yeah, Jessica, we miss you. Let's see here. Let's see. We got Bloomquist and Magnuson have both missed twice through 4.5 frames. That's your tournament leaders. Grammer and Gromovitz. They're going to be tough today, man. They're bowling good as well. It's very similar. They bowl 569 halfway through the game. Braden Malish and Caden White doing okay. Brett Lloyd and Kendrick Siders doing quite well. Just looking to see Brandon Runk off to a little bit of a slow start, strike and 3 consecutive spares. Wilkins and Farrow doing fine. Dimitri and Michael all right. Jake Boxty off to a rough start. He and Keegan off to a rough start here. No strikes for Boxty, and Keegan only has 1 strike through 3.5 frames. Baumgartner and Burns bowling good. Hendrickmeyer right here has got the front 5. I think he's the only guy with the front 5 in the building. Nope, Spencer does as well. Oh, and Britton. Britton's got front 6. A little bit faster pace over there for those guys bowling unopposed. So all the action's down here on the high end. There's Steve Weimer getting a deadwood. He's going to join me during game 2. The GOAT of Springfield. It's a great day to be alive, everybody. It's a great day to be alive. Yeah, I've been telling everybody that I'm going to semi-retire in 3 years from doing this. People are starting to talk about that a little bit here. Taking a trick from Dan Patrick. Dan Patrick announced about 1.5 years ago that he was going to retire in 3 years. I'm not going to fully retire at 50. You're just going to see me cut back. Sign up for as much as I can until then. And hopefully somebody else can go out and do at least half of my events that I'm doing. Maybe they'll patch me into the broadcast by then from home and I can come in for a game here or there. Offer some of my nuttiness. Landon, solid 9. I feel like I haven't talked up Landon Jordan in a while. I was on the Landon Jordan train there, just talking him up like crazy for like 1.5 years. And now I don't glaze over him as much as I used to because he's arrived. I've moved on to other up-and-coming talents. And that's a compliment, Landon, by the way. Not talking about you. It's just Landon Jordan last weekend made the stepladder at the 11th frame. He bowled the holiday doubles in his first adult tournament last year in a field of 320-plus teams. And he and Christian LaCory finished in the top 12. They made it to the final round on Sunday. That's like a lot of people, they only do that one time in their life. They did it in their first attempt, okay? Landon Jordan has made 2 U.S. Open shows, which is incredible. And he's going to be a freshman in college this year at SCAD. He also has already gone through a small period of time where he was a little burnt out on bowling and took a little bit of time off. And when he took the time off, he learned that he really missed it. And which solidified that he's probably going to be a bowler for life. And the other thing I love about Landon is, think about this, what I just said a minute ago. Landon made 2 U.S. Open shows, which is the toughest, toughest patterns, multiple patterns. He's won junior gold twice. I think it's twice. It might have been 3 times. I know twice for sure. Those are like impossible to do. Like that is the most elite, highest of high levels. Okay. Then I also just mentioned that on a house shot, the holiday doubles, he and Christian finished in the top 12. That, in my mind, is a complete bowler. Someone that can finish near the top on everything from the U.S. Open to the holiday doubles. That is incredible. You see a lot of young bowlers nowadays can really only bowl on one or the other. I don't bowl as good on tough stuff. Oh, house shots aren't for me. Landon Jordan is like, I don't care. I can bowl good on anything. He doesn't say that. He's not cocky at all. But I'm just saying that dude, he can do whatever he wants to do in his career. He's got it all. He has got it all. Trey Hendricksmeyer has bowled really well. Also, I haven't seen Trey compete as much, with my bowl TV duties or in events, but I know Trey Hendricksmeyer just from looking at overall finishes and things that he's done over the years, and for Landon to want to bowl with Trey, that he's another elite young talent. And I'm looking forward to learning more about Trey. Didn't give too much love here to Bryant, Izell, and Chandler Tisdale. They had themselves a really great start yesterday. These are guys that are weekend warriors that I see at a lot of the events that I stream, and they can bowl. I mean, there is no doubt those guys can bowl. Of course, not much needs to be said about Anthony Simonson getting ready to hit his age 30 uptick here. I've talked about it before. Players on the PBA Tour that turn to age 30, when they hit that 30 stride, they just win, and you get your best years ever on tour. Well, Anthony Simonson is just about to hit that right now. I will predict over the next 6 years, Anthony Simonson will win more titles than anybody else in the PBA Tour, provided that the landscape and the way the tour operates is somewhat similar to what it's been in years past. If things change or they move things around or there's less tournaments and things like that, well, I'm not so sure how that would work out. But assuming the tour exists as a similar variation of what it's been over the length of PBA Tour history, Anthony Simonson will win more titles than anybody else over the next six years. No question. History will repeat itself. He is the best bowler turning 30 right now on tour. Bowling with Rick Justice. Thanks for all that Rick does for bowling out of Oklahoma. Rick is a very underrated bowler. He does a lot for bowling there in the Shawnee area. Kai Evans, Josh Hammonds, thanks for coming out and bowling, guys. Both of these guys are also highly decorated youth players into college. Kai's one of the first people every time I'm at a tournament when I'm walking down the concourse. He yells my name out and gives me a shout out just to let me know he looks at me, appreciates me. And we've had some fun, Kai and I, on live streams. He's a very animated dude. As Pat McAfee would say, he's a character. He's a character. So there's a little talking about these bowlers right here. Tisdale and Ezell, this score that they're bowling right now is not a reflection of how they bowled yesterday. Just off to a slow start here to get going. See if they could bail it out. So let's not bury the lead. Trey Hendricksmeyer on the front 9. Looking to open this morning with 3 bills for his partner Landon Jordan. Let's see how this pans out. Come on, Trey. He's throwing urethane right in the track area. A little bit left of everybody else. And here's the thing. Anybody that comes to this pair, Trey Hendricksmeyer's created a little bit of hold by stretching the oil down the lane, playing the middle of the lane. So this pair, 27-28, should be pretty nice for right-handed players based off the urethane that's going down the lane right now. in the zone that Trey is playing. He's got the front 10. Just a very solid game here. Watch the balance. Stays down until the ball exits the pattern, and that one goes forward. A little bit inside, but that urethane ball is just laying there. Front 11, Trey Hendricksmeyer to lead off the day here at the Cashers Round at the 2026 Greater Ozarks Bowling Shootout here. Great doubles tournament. This event's been going on since 2020. Defending champs Pharrell Williams, Zach Wilkins in the field. Made it to this round. Michael Hallman, Dimitri Cruz also. AJ Chapman has won before. He's bowling with Herzrud. Can't bowl with Sean Lavery Spar anymore based off the rules of this tournament, being PBA champ. Here we go. Trey Hendricksmeyer, front 11, looking for a perfect game to get things started. 300, you got it, Trey? You got it, Trey. Nice job, buddy. 300 game, Trey Hendricksmeyer to start things off here in Springfield. Look at him, too. He's like, okay, all right. That's what I love. I love these young kids. It's like, throw it like you've been there before. Act like you've been there before, you know, and they're just so polished. I mentioned when I do the tour work that these bowlers that come out on tour straight from college or even from the youth ranks, they are seasoned rookies. It's because they've done so much that it's not that much of a shock once they get there. You know, with live streaming and television shows for collegiate bowling and junior gold and all of that, you know, bowling under the hot lights on television, it's not their first rodeo when they make it out on tour. Brandon Bonta bowling 300 this year in his very opening event to win his first event as a PBA, you know, card holder. That's extraordinary, but at the same time, really not surprising in today's landscape. It's just not. The other great thing, too, that I think is underrated is these veterans out on tour or these, you know, elite people in bowling that have performed at a high level on the lanes. They go to junior golds. They go to college tournaments. They make themselves accessible for these up-and-coming bowlers. And they give them their time. They give them their insights. They offer them mentorship. And that's one of the great things about our game. And that's another reason why these younger bowlers, when they come out, and even in something like this or tour stop, you don't see them have those moments of where they bowl 140 or where the moment's too big for them. It just doesn't really take place that much anymore. You don't see it. And that's really with like any sport, isn't it? Like bigger, faster, stronger. I mean, scores, you know, go up. Look at the NBA right now. The basketball scores, I know some of that's got to do with the ruling and the way the refs call the games, but man, just scoring in general. Up, 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 and away. Anthony Simonson with a little 269 start. Looking good out there. Seems very poised and focused. Take a look at the scores next door. Kendall Martin had 259, Book Kroll 218, 253 for Robars, 233 for Mark Henninger. Jason Britton, I missed that, had 289 as we were focusing on the Hendricksmeyer 300 game. And Matthew Harper, 203. Just like that, we're going to roll into game number 2. Glad you're with us this morning here on Inside Bowling. Thanks for tuning in this weekend. It's been a little bit of your time with us. Our finals will start at noon, and I anticipate we'll have a champ probably like around 3:30, 4 o'clock. Let me look at something really quick. I want to look at last year's finals live stream. Let me look at this. Springfield doubles 2025 bowling. Let's take a look at that over on YouTube. Let me see here. Bracket finals. 4.5 hours, 4 hours and 23 minutes. So if we start at noon, we'll be done around 4:30 if it goes the same as last year. I think this year's going to go a little quicker, though. A little quicker this year. Catching up on the chat. Dude, you're so full of it. Anthony isn't going to win more PBA titles than Walter Ray. He's not even going to get to 40 titles. Okay, I think you might have misunderstood what I said. I said he's going to win more titles than anybody else on tour that is going to be bowling that year on tour. Bowling that year, those years. So if you take the entire field of bowlers that's going to bowl from 2027 to 2033, during that time frame, I believe Anthony Simonson will win more titles than anybody else competing on tour over those 6 years. He's not gonna. I'm not saying that he's gonna win 40 titles more. You know, Walt. No, that's not what I was saying. Sorry if you interpreted it that way. I do need to. Looks like my table got bumped. I gotta fix that really quick. Okay. It's just in PBA history. I mean, Norm Duke, when he hit age 30, just started winning. E.J. Tackett hit age 30 and won 4 Players of the Year in a row, probably. You know, it's like I'm not telling you anything that I'm just coming up with here. It's data. It's pure data. That's what it is. All right, while we're waiting for these boys, good morning. We got Tuna Banku and Hayden Hale, Josh Imhoff, and CJ Petrin. We call him the Claw. His claws on that ball. I think our players are starting to come over here. Oh, 8-10. Yikes, you don't see that all the time. Tuna Banku, 8-10. I don't know much about Tuna, but those are great. They had really big scores yesterday. Came through. I thought he threw it great. Backing it up at the 8-10. Let's move over here. We got Bloomquist, Magnuson. Let's see if we got a, looks like we need a little refresh here. Let's do a little refresh. Oh, looks like it's still catching up. Pair 35 and 36 I see all the time up in Iowa. Let's hit it one more time, see what happens. Bloomquist and Magnuson, your tournament leaders after yesterday. Keaton Ostrowski and Andrew Blaney were 12th overall going into the C squad. They dropped to 16th after last night's C squad. 4 teams passed them. Yeah, Malish and White, Stacks, and Brad Miller. Appreciate that, Courtney. Yeah, I mean, you know, there's a lot of stuff here. You know, I live stream these bowling tournaments, and every once in a while you'll catch me talking about a specific topic that we just kind of get into during the qualifying rounds, more so than a round like this, for the most part. And look, a lot of the things that I say are opinionated, but I also, in this role, don't want to sound stupid for the most part. So I try to make, based off of my amount of time I've spent around this game and the people I've seen and the conversations I've had and the dinners I've had and the conversations I've eavesdropped on, I try to pass along what I can to make you think about things a little bit. Doesn't mean that you have to agree with me, and it doesn't mean that I'm always right. But what it does mean is it opens your mind up a little bit to just thinking about things in a different way instead of just watching bowling for what it is. And I enjoy doing that. It's a good exercise for your brain, honestly. I believe they call them dendrites in your brain. Man, we saw an 8-10 a little while ago, and now from Tuna, and now we've got a 7-9 from Keaton. And that's urethane. That's urethane hits here. I mean, Magnuson was in the booth last night, and I talked to Kevin Williams a little bit about it yesterday too. Even though you can use urethane on this pattern, it really benefits you to use reactive. There's really not much reason to use urethane. Reactive's in play. I mean, you can use urethane, but you're gonna sacrifice some pin carry here and there. Caden White. A lot of urethane going down the lane, but I like Blaney's shot right there. I like the reactive. 7-1. Can definitely use reactive. I'll tell you though, the guys that are using reactive, these urethane balls going up the middle of the lane is just going to give them hold. It's just going to create hold for them. Bloomquist ball quit a little bit there. I'll tell you this, Darren Bloomquist, he is he reminds me of a throwback player. He reminds me of just a guy that goes about his business. He's 26 years old. He and Magnuson joined me in the booth a little bit towards the end last night. And I've just watched him compete a lot on the lanes. He's got a good relationship with Tom Hess. There's no question. And Darren is just a very methodical player. He's low-key, pretty introverted for the most part. At least that's what you see from the outside. I think when you get to his close inner circle, he comes out of his shell quite a bit, and I think those close to him would say, what are you talking about? The guy's introverted. But from an observance standpoint, from what I've seen, you know, he's a very cool character on the lanes. Very cool, calm, goes about his business, and doesn't make too many mistakes. He's the perfect partner for Kevin Magnuson, who I think Kevin Williams yesterday gave a really good description of Kevin Magnuson. He called him a French fry. And I think that is the perfect analysis of Kevin Magnuson, the French fry. Very colorful guy. Bloomquist is black and white, and Magnuson is the Crayola 64 pack. Maybe even a 124 pack. Or is it 128? I don't remember. The 2026 Greater Ozarks Double Shootout has some great sponsors. I'd like to talk about another one. Let's talk about M5 Pools. M5 Pools specializes in designing and building beautiful, high-quality custom swimming pools and outdoor living spaces. From new pool construction and renovations to water features, decking, and complete backyard transformations, their team is dedicated to creating outdoor spaces where families and friends can relax and make lasting memories. Their commitment to craftsmanship, quality, and customer satisfaction has made them a trusted name in the Springfield area. Please join me, everyone, in thanking M5 Pools for supporting bowling in the Ozarks and helping make this tournament possible. If you're ready to transform your backyard into your own personal oasis, be sure to contact M5 Pools. I'm not live streaming the youth event that's taking place here today. No, we'll be focused on this one right here. I gotta look and see if I got a little score update in here. Told you guys I'd be joined by the godfather of bowling.
Oh, I got that old, huh?
Uh-huh.
Good morning.
Steve Weimer joining me now here in the booth. It's great to have you in here, bud.
Hey, good to have you here this weekend. Great field in the finals. I looked across there trying to figure out who isn't a great player out there. I couldn't find one.
No, I agree with you.
Pretty strong bunch. We've got anywhere from national tour players to top collegiate players to top former junior team USAers, and glad to see Alexis make the finals. Nice to have a lady out there this morning.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
She's a player.
Yeah, won her first PWBA title last, what was it, a week and a half ago?
Yeah, how about that?
She's a kind person, works hard at her game.
Yeah, I don't know her real well. I've just met her, and but she seems to.
She's great at repeating shots.
Yeah, I was watching her playing out, and that ball to tip up at about 42 feet and roll into the pocket so good, and yeah.
I had the pleasure of sitting with Brian O'Keefe, Team USA head coach, and we were talking a little bit about just how these female bowlers that become college coaches like she did, they gotta walk the walk when they talk the talk to their students. So when they go out on the lanes, they gotta perform. They gotta act like exactly what they teach them. And
well, I would say she does.
She does.
She
yeah.
got that box checked.
No
Yeah.
question. And her dad is Andy Nyer.
Uh-huh.
And her and Andy now are the only father-daughter duo to win professional national titles. To get
Okay, I didn't know that.
Isn't that wild?
I never thought about it, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, we got some great local players. Jason's out there, and of course Spencer and Boog being tour players, but local players. Kendall can play about with anybody, so nice to have the locals, and Chandler Tisdale out of Northwest Arkansas out there.
Thinking about that Alexis and Andy Nyer thing, when Ryan Barnes wins on tour, you'll have the opposite with Linda and Ryan Barnes.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, Ryan's a good kid too. He definitely has a pedigree.
You've seen so many generations come through this.
Oh, you had to bring that up again, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. You've seen it. You've seen it all, buddy. And here's the thing I love about you. Anytime I bowled the Greater Ozark, you're always in here just saying hello to everybody and making sure everybody sees you and asking how everybody's doing. And Tom Hess has paid you the greatest compliment in the world. When this tournament or this bowling center comes up, just everybody has such great things to say about you and your staff and your team and your centers. It's awesome, buddy.
I have a great team. I really do. I'm very, very lucky that way. I've got Kendall and Keegan. Their dad worked for me when he was younger and passed away quite a few years ago, but they've stayed on and have been around quite a while now. They're lifers in this business. They're 35 and 31 years old, I think, and between them, they've got 66 years of experience.
Yeah,
So
you're right.
They're doing well.
You're right. Yeah, they came out of the womb answering the phones here.
That's about right. Making announcements on the microphone when they were 3, and I think they both came here before they went home.
Yeah, you're probably right.
When they were born.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's a great group, and it's always nice to have these people to work with. And the one thing I can tell you, again, at my age, if I didn't want to be out here and if I wasn't having fun, I'd be doing something else.
Yeah, I know it.
Nothing beats this kind of weekend. It's great to have all these players in. We've got had the great sweeper on Friday night and good entry there, and we have the youth tournament this afternoon.
Yeah, that'll be really neat. That taking place down the other end of the center.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, our local guys, they snuck in. They all got in, but they were just barely. They got a bowl good this morning to move on.
I used to think about Springfield, Missouri, and I really only had one name that I associated it with, being a guy from St. Louis, and it was Sean Swanson.
Yeah, there was about 10 years we never had to argue about who the best bowler in Springfield was.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was Sean, and then there was a battle for second.
Yeah, gone too soon, Sean. Of course.
Yeah.
Lost his fight with cancer.
Yeah.
And we still think about him quite often. At least here on this network, we do. But now you really can't say who the best bowler in Springfield.
Yeah,
It's
like I said,
so hard.
we have a discussion again.
It's really neat how many great players have come out of this area.
Yeah, of course, Kevin Williams was here and grew up here and been here for a long time, but he's been gone a few years out of Springfield. But a Springfield bowler, and for sure in that conversation also. National Tour titles and top performer anywhere he goes.
Kevin Williams, and you got Boog, and you got
Spencer.
Yeah, I mean, and even Blake Demore.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
Blake's a battler all the way.
very underrated. Casey Murphy's had some pretty nice runs at different events over the years.
Casey's been very, very good. And, Casey in the shop has been a real good addition to our whole program out here. We've had him in the shop 3 or 4 years now. He works hard at it.
He does, and he's committed to it too. That's what you need.
Yeah, he's been a Storm staffer, but if you walk in there and you have a Brunswick ball, he can tell you what it does and what you need to do to stay in Brunswick's line.
Yeah.
He knows the equipment in and out, lives it and breathes it, and
yeah. And even does remodeling in the shop and whatever else needs to take place.
Yeah.
He does it all.
Likes to do the lessons and knows lane patterns. Heck,
Yeah, he's a real, when you think of a pro shop, he's a real pro in the shop. Of course, he's got his team in there as well that do a great job, but he's your real pro in a pro shop. Got a couple of players that can still bowl 300 this game. They're off camera. Landon Jordan has the front 6 on 23 and 24, and Rick Justice and Anthony Simonson can bowl 579 with Simonson with a possible 300 game halfway through the game.
Yeah, scores are going to move this morning. These guys have got the balls dialed in, and they've had enough games on the lanes now, especially guys that bowled twice yesterday, that it wasn't hard for them to come out this morning and get lined up in a hurry. Yeah, I liked where the numbers were for the qualifying. It was about 224, 225, I think, to make the cut this morning, which is not real high, but it lets everybody play, I think.
Plus 308, yeah. It was 357 after 2 squads, and it backed down, about 40 pins after last night's squad. Braden Malish here with a 6-bagger. Andrew Blaney can still bowl 268, excuse me. Greater Ozarks tournament. How was your 2026 Greater?
We really wanted to make 1,500 teams this year, and I think we ended up at 1,496. We didn't.
Oh.
We had reservations over. We lost a group right at the end, or we thought we were going to get there, but hopefully we'll continue to build next year. We got a little note the other day from a group out of Maryland that wants to bring 4 teams next year, and so we're spreading out across the country pretty good.
Nice.
We've got East Coast to West Coast. We've got outside of the country. We've got Alaska, so we bring in from a lot. Probably 28 or 30 states this year, plus Canada and, of course, Puerto Rico we've had, Mexico we've had. Yeah, and still a single entry event, so that's a little different than what a lot of the all events tournaments have gone to now. A lot of these are multiple participations, and we've kind of tried to stick with the little tougher than a house condition and a single entry.
Yeah, well, I know people sure enjoy bowling the Greater Ozark tournament. I know I did when I was able to bowl a little bit more than going out and doing this all the time.
Yeah, your weekends are tied up.
Yeah, difficult for me to get out there and bowl. Still trying to figure out how I can sit here and broadcast and bowl at the same time.
Yeah. I'm not sure I can figure that one out either. I've watched some of these guys over the years that were regional directors that used to run regional PBA tournaments and bowl. Ray Bluth, I know, did that for a few years.
Yeah, he sure did. Yeah. Brad Miller here, looking for 4 in a row. He's got it. Looks like he's in a concept. I'm going to bounce out of here. I'm going to move over to here, take a look and see how these players are doing. Bryce Oliver, he's got a pretty good game going here. He and A.J. Rice, Jake Boxty, and Keegan Alexander, 223, 213 maxes there. Petron had 247, 184 for Josh Imhoff, and we had 215 for Tuna Banku and 247 for Hayden Hale. Over on the left side of your screen, though, you may see Anthony Simonson bowl here in a little bit. He's got the front 9, so I kind of wanted to keep an eye on that. You've got Rick Justice there. It's going to look like he's going to split here in the 10th frame, actually 9th frame for Rick. Landon Jordan's got the front 9 over on 23 and 24. Hendricksmeyer can bowl 268. They can bowl 568. It's a team.
You got 76, 79 right in front of you there.
Oh, you sure do. Kai Evans and Josh Hammonds. That took place on 33 and 34. Morning, Alexis. We were just talking about you. All good things. Yeah, scores aplenty this morning.
Yeah, Boog went 265 there, and Kendall can go for 268.
It really is amazing. Just, and I say this every year, every time I stream, just the talent level. My goodness, man, it's just, this game has just evolved so much.
Yeah, it's just scary. I know, when I was playing out there, we were looking at the number even and saying, boy, I just got to stay above that. And
yeah.
Now even's underwater.
Yeah, I was talking to Brian Burkhart about the youth tournaments in St. Louis, about the different divisions, the majors, the classics, and the masters. And he was telling me that the classics division now is like 190 to 205. And I'm like, man, when I bowled the classics, it was 170 to 190.
But, the USBC is, they figured out how to toughen them up. And they, of course, different tournament. It's a membership participation event. And
yeah.
They do that, but the numbers out there are always a little more legitimate. I like that.
Yeah.
Jason Britton did very, very well out there this year. I crossed with him, and he went into second in all events out there. And yeah, just had the greatest ball reaction and threw the ball really good for 9 games.
Nice shot there by Bryce Oliver, getting into the 250s. So Simonson left a 7-pin there on 26, so he's not going to bowl 300. Landon Jordan, though, stepping up in the 10th frame over on lanes 33 and 34. Excuse me, 23 and 24. We should see his ball go down the lane here in a minute. I don't think that was him that got 7 there. I think that was Kendrick. Landon got the first one in the 10th. I think he's on 23 over there. Yeah.
Where do you go next weekend?
New Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Yep, the New Mexico Open.
Uh-huh.
I actually leave on Wednesday. Stream Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Get home Sunday night.
Well, that's good. That gets you back in time to go to work and get a legitimate day's work in on Monday.
Yeah, you're right. I'm off the next weekend. I don't know what I'm going to do.
We can go bowl somewhere.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'll get together with you. We'll go bowl.
Yeah, that's it. You and I will find some doubles tournament to bowl. That sounds good. Looks like Landon Jordan got 8 over there. I think he left at 210. So 288 the max for him. Trey Hendricksmeyer bowled 269. That's going to just about do it for game 2. Brad Miller finishing out his game 2. He's going to be in the 240s. Let's see, 9:37, about 30 minutes a game. So we got about an hour and a half left here. That'll put us at right at about 11 o'clock. Be back at noon for the finals. Talking it over with Steve Weimer here in the booth.
Yeah, the finals are always fun to watch. That elimination format really is great. It's entertaining for the spectators, that's for sure.
Yeah, I feel like it used to be longer. Was there a format change over the years? I feel like it went on to like 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, I think
one
we
year.
were maybe best of 5 instead of best of 3.
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, that stretches out. And that, if you're going 5-game matches, that turns into a long, long day.
Yeah, because I thought I remembered getting out of here at like 7:30 one year.
Will you pack up and go home tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's not too far.
Long days for you, too, aren't they?
Yeah, 3 hours and 15 minutes or so to get home.
Yeah, I didn't stay and watch him finish last night. I got out of here a little earlier than you did.
Yeah, I went and crashed pretty quick when I got to the room. I normally gear up for these weekends where I sleep in a couple days in a row and make sure I get 8 to 10 hours sleep.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I really do. It's like charging a battery before powering up. But the 7 weeks in a row is I haven't been able to do that as much.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of travel. I don't. It's fun for about 3 weeks, and then it's boy, another hard weekend. Do you have help? I know sometimes you have other people for the big events where you have somebody else.
Yeah,
with you,
I mean,
but you pretty well always have to be there.
Yeah, I've kind of gotten to the point where I'd love to have some help, but at the same time, the expenses just go up so much. You got to pay the people for their time and travel.
Yeah.
And everything else that it just doesn't, I don't want to charge more to the event because I feel like, there's only so much money to go around in these events. I almost feel bad charging a fee anyway. But most of the tournaments can get extra added sponsors based off of what I do.
We see a real value in what you do.
Yeah, yeah.
And of course, for us, it helps us build things like the Greater Ozark Tournament. It gets our presence out there a little bit more.
So if you can bring in enough sponsorship dollars to offset me and get the live stream for free based off sponsorship dollars, and then it brings more awareness to the event, more people want to bowl, it gets more entries, then it all kind of works.
Yeah. The awareness is really big for us. I mean, it's just the idea that we have these guys in for the weekend. It's different than having a local tournament in for the weekend.
Yep.
Yeah, it really brings the people in and lets them know that something's going on in Springfield, Missouri. A little tougher for a town this size than it is a bigger town.
Yeah, there's a benefit for everybody that goes around. Sponsors, bowling center, event, and my business as well. So it works. Dylan Burns had 279 the last game. Trevor Baumgartner had 220. Hanging out over on Lane Talk here. That's over 600 people watching here this morning. From all over the world. Every time I ask, I see folks from Australia.
It is amazing,
everywhere,
isn't it?
yeah.
I've watched that too, and it's like, wow. It's just guys from everywhere.
Everywhere watching. Let us know where you're watching from today, if you don't mind, everybody. Michael Holloman yesterday wore the Jacob Buttriff jersey.
Yeah, I saw that. That was great.
Just goes to show what a great guy Mike is. He and Jacob were pretty close. I know if he were to win this one, it would be dedicated to Jacob, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Bowled 300 yesterday.
Yeah, Michael started coming up here with the guys from Memphis when he was pretty young. I mean, they were getting him out and bowling. pretty good guy. Both nationals with us once or twice. He's friends with Kevin Williams, and Kevin would go with us out of Springfield, and Michael went along.
Got a little Maryland, Tennessee, Minnesota, California, Michigan, Illinois, Wisconsin. We got everybody watching from everywhere today.
Yeah, I haven't looked to check the whole field this year, but we got guys from quite a few different places. So. I don't have a lot from the Southwest. I think there's something else going on in the Southwest this weekend. And they're all traveling to New Mexico next week. So
we got Nashville, Nevada, Jacksonville, Florida watching today. We are in Springfield, Missouri, everybody that's watching. Got Alexis and Brandon here with Bryant Ezel, Chandler Tisdale, Dimitri Cruz, Michael Holloman, Kai Evans, Josh Hammonds. Michael and Dimitri won in 2024. All those events are archived on the YouTube channel if you guys want to go back and watch them this week. Pretty entertaining to watch those match play matches. Alexis, in their first attempt to qualifying, was a little bit too far left. Once she moved to the right, it was game on for her.
I didn't look at the breakdown. Was she the big player yesterday, or was it Brandon?
Brandon.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, Brandon, I think. But Alexis held her own. I mean,
I'm sure.
She really.
Yeah, I'm sure she did.
She really did bowl well.
Yeah, I just looked at the team totals. I never really watched their individuals totals that much yesterday.
We were just talking about all the great sponsors. I'd like to take a minute to thank our title sponsor, Smith Auto Transport, trusted vehicle transportation company specializing in the safe, reliable, and efficient shipping of cars, trucks, SUVs, motorcycles, and specialty vehicles across the United States. Known for outstanding customer service and dependable delivery, their experienced team works with individuals, dealerships, and businesses to ensure every vehicle arrives safely and on time. I'd like to have you join us in thanking Smith Auto Transport for supporting bowling in the Ozarks and helping make this tournament possible. If you ever need a vehicle moved anywhere in the country, be sure to check out Smith Auto Transport.
Well, I've never had a vehicle moved by them. Fortunately, I've never needed to, but they're great people.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pain in the you-know-what, having to move a vehicle. You know, you get a new job, you got to move out of state, something like that. You need a vehicle moved. There you go. Alexa's kind of feeling it here this morning. Some authority. Nice shot there by Brandon.
Yeah, he covered that split he left in the fourth. I think he left a 3-7 there and covered it. Yeah. Nothing too tough to pick up?
Nope. That was a weird 3-6-10 attempt. 3 and a 6. Didn't take out the 10. Ooh. I'm going to replay that one. Watch the 7-9 on this one.
Ooh, Chandler?
Yeah.
Okay.
Watch the 7 and the 9 here. You know, throws it good. Okay. All right. Oh. We got a spinner. 35. One thing that's always been interesting about this bowling center to me, Steve, is how it really feels like a Brunswick house, from the late 80s, early 90s when they built all their centers.
We built this in 91.
Yeah, it feels like, that design that they came up with. And, with the Brunswick masking units and stuff like that. But the AMF pin setters.
Well, that's what I had at the center I moved out of. We closed up a center and moved over here. We had AMF pin setters, but we contracted with Brunswick for the lanes when we built this, so we went on top of the Brunswick masking units.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, that when I think of this center, I think a lot of Brunswick stuff, but then the pin setters are AMF.
No, we've got Brunswick in our other center here in town, and I'm a pretty good AMF mechanic. I'm not too good with Brunswick.
Okay, so you know these machines well.
I can tear down and move a AMF 8270. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm probably not a real A mechanic, but I'm a pretty good B.
I know the A2s enough to be dangerous.
Yeah, I'm not even that good. I'm probably pretty safe on them. I stay out of them, but I can do a few. I can get you a ball back or set up a pin on it. That's about it. I wouldn't want to change off a gearbox.
True.
But I've got good mechanics that can do those things.
That's right.
I tell you, that's gotten so tough in our industry, boy. We're begging for good mechanics in this industry.
Yep.
And strings are a good alternative. I've bowled on them enough. I go out and bowl on them. I have fun.
You think you would ever do that here?
I won't make that decision.
Okay.
If that decision is made, it'll be by Kristen, Keegan, and Kendall. And at some point, if they decide to do that, that'll be their decision. I'm probably going to be around a few more years. But
how old are you now?
I'll turn 70 in 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Happy early birthday. Still chasing deadwoods.
Oh, yeah. No, if I can't do that, I don't have a value. You can't chase a few dead woods while you might as well go do something else. I don't like to go to gyms. It's how I get my exercise.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Working in a bowling center, it'll keep you lean.
These are big places.
Yeah.
A lot of ground to cover. I watch some of my servers from the bars on the weekends during the Greater Ozark. And these guys just put in miles and miles. They never stop.
Got a couple of guys here with the front six, Holloman and Hammonds.
Well, I tell you what, thanks for having me sit in. I'm going to go help them get ready for the youth tournament coming in and the finals this afternoon.
All right, Steve. Well, thanks for coming by. It's always a pleasure to sit here and hang out with you. It's great seeing you every year. I appreciate you guys bringing me in, and continued success in all you guys are doing with obviously the grader and what you do for your league bowlers and even all the casual play. And you guys do it right here, and we appreciate you.
Well, we appreciate all the people that come in, and again, we appreciate these guys for coming down this weekend and giving us a good show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
All right, that's Steve Weimer, proprietor here at Enterprise Park Lanes. We didn't even talk about his bowling while he was in here, but he's a damn good bowler. He's very accomplished. I know you guys are probably thinking the same thing I am. Where are the updated standings? And I haven't had them come through yet, so I will check on that after this game and see what's going on before we get too far along here, so I can give you guys some standings updates. I haven't been checking the Facebook page. I don't know if it's been being updated over there, but I will look. Looks like Dimitri and Michael went to the lead. Bloomquist and Magnuson second. Grammer and Gramovitz third. Malish and White fourth. Baumgartner and Burns fifth. Lloyd and Siders sixth. Hendricks, Meyer and Jordan seventh. Runk and Runk eighth. But I'll see what I can get for you. I'm actually gonna leave for a second. I'm gonna go see if they're gonna get me these scores. I'll be right back, everybody. Enjoy the bowling. Alexis and Brandon, Bryant and Chandler. You got Michael Holloman looking to bowl his second 300 of the event. Be right back. So Alexis bowls 258. Brandon can bowl 225. You got 747 start for Alexis. Holloman can bowl 300 here and can bowl 807. Dimitri Cruz will bowl 705 if he strikes on his final ball. Kai Evans trying to bail out a game here at 2-0. 259 left out there for Josh Hammonds. You see Bryant struggled that game, bowled 159, and Chandler bowls 218. Evans and Hammonds, they are we got a lot of team synergy and energy going on here. Obviously, Michael leaves the 7-pin, not going to bowl 300 here, but 289, 233. Great game for he and Dimitri, your 2024 champions. I want to make sure I got that right. $259 here for Josh Hammonds if he fills it up. 258. Book Kroll had 247. Kendall Martin 269. 268 for Farrell Williams. 268 for Zach Wilkins. A lot of great bowlers out there on the lanes. It's kind of difficult to cover them all, as you guys know. But you got Lane Talk available. You can check to see how everybody's bowling. Got my picture-in-picture here for you. Dylan Burns working on 280. Trevor Baumgartner, though, a really rough game here. Best he can bowl is 169. Matthew Harper can bowl 259 and 214 for Jason Britton. Got 5 total games for you here this morning. 2 more to play. Then we'll cut to the top 16 for bracket play. Best 2 out of 3 Baker matches. We'll have all those matches for you on these lanes. Thank you. Got a hard copy of the standings here after game 2, but getting them electronically is going to be difficult for this round. So I'm going to have to just kind of give you the verbal. First thing I want to do is I want to look at the cut number, which is 16th. Right now it's Leshikar and McPherson after 2 games. They're at 41.07. Above them is Blaney and Ostrowski at 41.13. At 41.23 is A.J. Rice and Bryce Oliver. At 41.27 is Eric Jones and Brandon Biondo. That's 13th. 41.34 is 12th, which is Tuna Banku and Hayden Hale. At 41.49 and 11th is Bud Kroll, Kendall Martin. 41.52, Rick Justice, Anthony Simonson in 10th. So 41.52 is 10th. 16th is 41.07. So I mean that's ridiculously bunched up. That is 45 pin difference between 10th and 16th. Then if you go from 16th down, 13 back of the cut is Robards and Hinninger. 40 back after 2 games, Boxty and Keegan Alexander. 47 back is Farrow and Zach, but they just bowled 268 apiece. Then Imhoff and Petrin. Then it's Sachs and Miller. I mean, all those teams still have a legit chance of making it in with 3 games to go. That was after 2. So obviously getting ready to roll into game 4 and already are rolling into game 4 here on the left side of your screen. Dylan Burns looking to finish with 280 here. 280 and 169. Burns and Baumgartner third currently at 42.66. Your leaders are Malish and White at 42.96. They bowled 467 and 514. Hendricks, Meyer, and Land and Jordan bowled 515 and then 557. They jump all the way to second. Baumgartner and Burns third, as I mentioned. Fourth is Bloomquist and Magnuson, bowled 460 and 472. Dylan Burns with 280. Officially starting game number 4. Again, our final start at noon Central Time. Miller and Sachs bowled 525 the last game. They were in 21st, excuse me. So yeah, it's really tight. Remember, the top 4 receive 2 rounds of byes. Then 5th through 8th receive 1 round of byes. So getting into that top 4 is really important as well. You see Magnuson and Bloomquist here. Started out as your leaders today. They've fallen to 4th after 2 games. I'll have a 3-game update here in just a moment. Glad you're with us here watching the 2026 Greater Ozarks Double Shootout. A few more things to attend here locally. I am going to invert our stream, introduce you to some other players we got here as well. Leshikar, McPherson, Boxty, Alexander coming over, Eric Jones, Brandon Biondo, Tuna Banku, Hayden Hale. I'll be right back. All right, back with you. Once again, you're watching the 2026 Greater Ozarks Double Shootout Cashers Round, Game 4 of 5. Got standings after 2. 3 will be at me soon here. I'll give you those updated standings. It's very, very tight at this cut line. We took 23 to today, cutting down to 16. Top 4 will get 2 rounds of buys. 5th through 8th will receive 2 rounds, or 1 round of buys, excuse me. Got Boxty and Keegan Alexander. Keegan only 1 strike in this game in back-to-back open frames. Both missed makeables. Back on it there. Hayden and Tuna struggling a little bit here this game. Just trying to get a plus score. Eric Jones can still bowl 255. Brandon Biondo 224. Leshikar can bowl 280. Emmanuel McPherson can still bowl 265. Boxty with 280. Keegan, as I mentioned, struggling here a little bit. I'm going to invert the stream. We'll take a look and see how the players are doing that have been in our picture-in-picture. Let's move there. Darren Bloomquist can bowl 215. Kevin Magnuson can bowl 221. Austin Grammer 222. Tyler Gromovitz can bowl 267. Braden Malich can bowl 246. And it looks like Caden White can bowl 212. Yep. And Brett Lloyd 247. And 247 for Kendrick Siders coming off a single pin miss. We do have Lane Talk Live scoring. I have it pinned down below in our chat room for you. I'm going to take a quick peek at that myself. Let's see. Rick Justice has the front 9 over 17 and 18. Ball with Anthony Simonson. Simonson can max at 224. Kai Evans can bowl 267. Josh Hammond still has 255 left. Imhoff can bowl 247. Petrin 279. That's through 8 frames. Robarge can bowl 280. Mark Henninger 235. They were outside of the number after 2 games. Tyler Gromovitz can bowl 267. 202 for Austin Grammer. Zach Wilkins can bowl 249. Farrell Williams can only bowl 200. Dimitri Cruz 258 max, and Michael Hallman 278 max. That's through 7 frames. All 23 teams do cash in the tournament, but obviously the top 16 have a chance at the top prize of $12,000. So 468 for Grammer and Gromovitz. Bloomquist and Magnuson 391. Kendrick clearing the deadwood there, can get to 237. We're gonna pop back over here. Leshikar can still bowl 280. Moxley 247. Keegan Alexander 202. Emmanuel McPherson 231. It was for Biondo and Eric Jones. Open in 10th for Eric. Their score went down. 433 is all they were able to muster there. Hale and Baku get to 418. So we're seeing some mixed scores now. Scoring pace has come down. Alexis Runk had 258 that game. You guys were reporting in the chat. Thank you. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. I got standings after 3 now. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right. After 4, it was Malish and White at 47.20. Or here, I can do the pluses. Plus 720. Hendricksmeyer and Landon Jordan were, well, wait a minute, that's not right either. All right, I don't have these in order. That makes things kind of hard. Let me grab out my secret decoder pen here. If I go over on Facebook and I look this up, how do they have the standings over here on Facebook? Let me see. Is that correct even? 37, 82. Yeah, that was correct. All right, bear with me here. Let's see what I got. Cashers. That works. Let's see what I got here. All right, data sort. say plus minus? Yeah, plus. Okay. I think I can get you guys scores now. Give me just a second. All right. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's go over and configure this. There we go. All right, I think we're cooking with some gas, everybody. Here we go. Crop this. Top. All right, let's give this a whirl. Hold on. Let's try this. Okay. Let's look at this together. So Dimitri Cruz and Michael Holloman have bowled 527, 452, and 522. They are plus 779. Second is Hendricksmeyer and Landon Jordan at 741. Grammer and Gromovitz third at 732. Fourth is Malish and White at 720. Fifth is Baumgartner and Burns at 715. Sixth is Runk and Runk at 666. And I'm kind of confused here. Let me see if I can change this. Let's do this. Okay, now I've got the places in there. All right. So then seventh is Boog Kroll and Kendall Martin at 665. Eighth is Bloomquist and Magnuson at 661. So those are your bye folks. So 1 through 4 get 2 rounds of buys. 5 through 8 get 1 round of buys. Rick Justice and Anthony Simonson are 9th at 659. At 655 and 10th is Kai Evans and Josh Hammonds. Then there's a bit of a drop off to 610. Brett Lloyd, Kendrick Siders. 12th is Tuna Banku and Hayden Hale at 604. Then 13th is Zach and Farrow at 596. They just bowled 536 the last game after 2 games sub 400. Robars and Henninger 14th at 580. AJ Rice, Bryce Oliver 15th at 570. 16th is Sachs and Miller at 547. Just 6 pins back is Eric Jones and Brandon Biondo. Leshikar and McPherson are just 10 back. 12 back are Imhoff and Petrin. And then 28 back, Blaney and Ostrowski. And 43 back is Boxty and Alexander. And then Britton and Harper and Ezel and Tisdale quite a bit further back. So there you go. There are your current standings. That's after 3. We're going into game 5 now. Cashers round, game 5. Runk and Runk, Robars and Henninger, Cruz and Holloman, and then the vacants. See how everybody's got started here. Spencer with 1028 for his first 4 games, excuse me. Michael Holloman 1053. You got Trey Hendricksmeyer, Landon Jordan, Zach Wilkins, Farrell Williams, Rick Justice, Anthony Simonson, Trevor Baumgartner, and Dylan Burns here in game 5. This might be a little difficult for me to try to get you a cut number in real time. We'll see if I get after game 4 scores in time. Glad you're with us here today on Inside Bowling, watching the 2026 Greater Ozarks Double Shootout. It's 10:42 in the morning. We're supposed to get started around noon with our finals, which should be the case. Simo covers a 2-8 and can't believe the ball didn't hook into the 2 and the 8 on that one. I mean, it did hook into the 2 and the 8, but a little bit lighter than he thought there. Comes in light back-to-back shots, but does get the spare nonetheless. Zach Wilkins comes in high over here for a 4-7-10. Landon continuing his Dutch pace. Welcome to the Strike Club, Simo, on lanes 37 and 38. Rick Justice has bowled pretty well here today, I must say. There is Farrow. A little bit of a rougher day today for Farrow. You can see the totals up above. Dylan Burns over 1,000. And those count however many pins are up on the game. So Dylan Burns, you got to subtract 39. That's what he has coming in. You look at Rick Justice, it's easy to do his 951. Simo 989. Trey Hendricksmeyer had 300 earlier today when he came through our live stream pairs. Dylan Burns still striking. Still striking Dylan Burns. He's averaging over 250 today. Nice shot there by Trey. Not using the urethane earlier he bowled 300 with. He's hooking it now. Zach. 10 back. Justice has not guttered. Had a clear something there. Ball just quit on it down lane, leaves a 4-pin. That left lane, this looks tighter. Simo coming in light on that lane as well. Barrow doing the full loft flip. It's working. Last 3 frames anyway. Zach coming back. Ring 10 for Trey. That's a patented Ozarks hit right there. When you're covering boards, it's easy to leave a 10 like that. Simonson's been coming in a little bit light. He's going with the softer ball speed now. Still kind of a light mixer. Again, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to paint a picture for you on who's making it in or not making it in this one. It's going to be, it's really bunched up. It's really close. And if I don't get game 4 scores by the time this thing is about to the end, it's going to be difficult for me to get that. So we may have to just wait and see on who makes it. I gave you guys my last update. Which was 547 over Saxon Miller. We're the number for the top 16. Eric Jones and Brandon Biondo at 541. We're just behind, but that was with 2 to go. Leshikar and McPherson just outside at 537. Imhoff and CJ Petrin at 535, just 12 pins back. So without having the game 4 scores, I'm not real sure exactly where all these teams sit. But I'll do the best I can for you. I can tell you that AJ Rice and Bryce Oliver through 7 frames can max with 259 and 255. They were right around the number. Imhoff and Petrin can bowl 232 and 215. Bonku and Hale can bowl 214 and 235. Boog and Kendall can bowl 225 and 269. Let's see. Blaney and Ostrowski can bowl 234 and 236. Bloomquist and Magnuson can bowl 245 and 205. Hammonds can bowl 266, 216 for Kai. Malish and White can both max at 258. That's through 8 frames. Brad Miller's working on 279 through 8. Eric Sachs can max at 206. How about that, Farrow? Knock him down. Eric Jones off to the left of your screen just took the 7 off the 4-7. Simon didn't like something. I don't know what in the world happened over there. Saw Landon Jordan put his hands up. He knew that ball was wide. Another flat 10 for Zach. I'm sure he's happy to be taking a quick lunch break here. 2:09. Simo giving this one a little more touch, and that's 10 back. That's the best shot he's made on that lane this game. Lane's tighter. He left the 2-8. Ball didn't quite get to the 2-8 like he normally would. He still covered the spare, and ever since then, he was a little bit light on the last one, and that one there flushed it. That is a master class on how to make adjustments on a lane that is tight on lane 37, and Simonson has done that in this game. Michael Holloman can bowl 268, Dimitri Cruz 243, roll bars 279, Henninger 228. Those are some max scores I'm seeing on Lane Talk. I want to give a shout out and thank our friends at Lane Talk and our friends over at Brunswick as well for making it happen so you can have these scores and we can follow along at home on the Enterprise Park lanes for being able to have that integration set up. By the way, everybody, when it comes to Brunswick Bowling, their products have been a trusted name in bowling for generations, delivering outstanding products with leading innovation for bowlers at every level. From the latest Brunswick bowling balls built for performance to today's lane conditions to bags, shoes, and accessories designed to keep you comfortable, organized, and ready to compete, Brunswick has everything you need to compete on the lanes and to complete your game. Whether you're just getting started or competing at the highest level, choose Brunswick Bowling products and bring trusted performance with you every time you hit the lanes. Visit BrunswickBowling.com to check out their latest products or visit your local pro shop and ask for Brunswick. We've got a bunch of people watching here. Got the most viewers we've had all day. Thank you so much for tuning in and spending a little bit of time with us. That important time you need to mark is about an hour from now, noon. We'll start with our finals. Top 16 teams, 9 through 16, will all bowl in the first round. We'll have all the matches for you right here on Inside Bowling. Best 2 out of 3 bracket Baker matches. Then the 4 teams that finish 13th through 16th will go home, and then those that advance will then take on the 5th through 8th seeds. And then the 4 that get eliminated there will then have the top 4 seeds will all come back in. And then we'll be down to 4 teams and then 2 teams to bowl for the championship here. 12,000 up top. And I believe the last cash, let me see something in the bracket. Let's see what I got here. I think I got a photo of it. $1,100 for 23rd. 13th through 16th get $1,300, 9th through 12th, $1,400, 5th through 8th, $1,700, 3rd and 4th, $2,500, 12,000 up top, $6,000 for second for this one here this weekend. Farrow and Zach, a little 444. 463 for Hendrickmeyer and Jordan. Let's move next door here. Let's take a look. Alexis can bowl 220. Brandon can bowl 206. 279 for Spencer. 228 out there for Mark Henninger. They have punched their ticket inside the top 16. Dimitri Cruz 209. Michael Holloman can bowl 236. All right, I just got some scores. A little late in the game here, but let me see what I can put together for you guys. see what this thing shakes out to look like. All right. All right. Let's try it. All right, let me see what I got here. Let's see if I can make this work for you. All right, why do I not have the top team in there? Let me see something. There we go. So let's just move on. You got Dimitri Cruz, Michael Holloman, Trey Hendricksmeyer, Landon Jordan. I'm trying to look and see the top 4 here. Baumgartner and Burns. I would say that the first 2 teams for sure are going to be getting double buys. Let's see. Let's move our eyes down to 8th. Justice and Simonson. Trying to get a look here. 16th, Farrow and Zach. 609, tie with Sachs and Miller. I guess we could have a possibility of a tie. I didn't realize Farrow and Zach were that close. They pulled 440 the last game. Tuna and Hayden. Blaney and Ostrowski were 26 back. Jones and Biondo also outside of that number. All right, I'm going to go back over to our full screen over here. Got those scores pretty late.
Bowlers for the double shootout as you finish up. If you could bring those score sheets to the front counter, please. Bring those score sheets up to the front counter.
Sachs and Miller had 461 the last game.
You know who is in the cut for the bracket and who gets the buys from 1 through 4 and 5 through 8. So just bring those up to the front counter for us and we'll get those going ASAP. Thank you.
Robars and Henninger with a nice day today. 486, 493, 486, 501. And then they had a good last game too. Let me just pop over here. Yeah, big movers there. I think they might get inside the top 8. They might actually end up getting a bye. And they were the second to last team in through qualifying. So a monster morning for those two. Simo and Rick Justice. They ran all the way up to 8th. They were at 732 over. So I don't think Robars and Henninger can get around them. No, they can't. So Robars and Henninger, I don't think will have a top 8. So they'll be bowling in the first round. Good chance they're going to be the 9 seed. Justice and Simonson could possibly move up a little bit, but I don't think they'll get to 4th. It's not a big enough, so they're going to receive 1 round of buys. Baumgartner and Burns were 4th. I would imagine they're going to stay within the top 4. So that's kind of what I have. As far as the 16th position, Zach and Farrow, I think are borderline with the chance of making it. Sachs and Miller had a bigger game than they did. 44 over for those guys, so Sachs and Miller goes in a round.
All right, and with that, the 2026
Leshikar and McPherson did not catch their score. So that's the best I can do, everybody. You're going to have to stay tuned to see who makes the top 16. You can check it out over on the Greater Ozarks Facebook page. The 12K.
So waiting to see it shake out. Give us about 10 minutes.
It's called the 12K Greater Ozark Double Shootout page. They'll have an update over there. I'll also update you as soon as I get back on the air, which will be in about 54 minutes from now. Once again, thanks for tuning in, everybody. We will be back with your bracket play in, like I said, 54 minutes here from Enterprise Park Lanes here in Springfield, Missouri. Want to shout out and thank all our sponsors. Also to Steve Weimer, the entire Weimer family, for having this event here. Shout out to Kevin Williams and Chris Taylor promoting and running the event here, and the entire office team putting it all together. I'm Mike Flanagan for Inside Bowling here on YouTube. We'll see you guys at noon Central for the bracket play, the most exciting part of the tournament.